Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Pavan.
And I'm Adam.
And today we're watching Vinland Saga episode 6 called The Journey Begins.
Do we think this is Thorfinn's journey to revenge, or...?
Well, last episode was terrible. I mean, I liked the episode, but as far as like...
Yeah, it was a little heartbreaking.
I thought he was going to run away for sure. I was like, why are you hanging around? You have to think the English would take in a kid. Well,
I don't think so. Thinking about this episode, it was cringy.
Not cringy, it was so sad because he was trying so hard and he kept coming back and I'm like, oh,
that's what I meant by cringy. Like, you know when you watch someone trying to do something, like you just feel for that person?
This was heart-wrenching.
They needed to do it this way because this is what would have happened. Like, historically. Like, if you have a 7-year-old go after a full-fledged warrior, like, this is what's going to happen. It leaves a mark on you. He's going to remember this. This is the inciting moment that drives him to train hard, to do all of these things. Like, that feeling of helplessness, of not being able to do anything, that was a defining moment in his life, guaranteed. And it needed to happen. And we needed to feel that with him.
There's not one guy, though, in that group that I think has any redeeming qualities.
Well, you and I disagree about that.
Who?
The head guy.
You think Askeladd has redeeming qualities?
I do.
He kicked a 6-year-old in the stomach.
His men wanted him to kill him.
I don't care. He's the leader.
Leading Vikings was fickle business.
The journey begins. Is he hanging out with them again? Is he going to join them, pillaging villages? We're getting a time skip here. We're excited regardless. So let's dive in, see what happens. Season 1, episode 6 of Vinland Saga is coming right now. Ew, that's how they're showering.
おい、そんな隅っこに座ってねえで、こっち来いよ。落ちたら海蛇に食われちまうぞ。んだ、虫かよ。つまんねえやつだな。
中世、デンマークに居住するデーン人のうち、略奪や海賊行為を生りとする者たちをバイキングと呼んだ。そんな彼らにとって豊かで広大なイングランドは常に憧れの土地であった。9世紀初頭よりバイキングたちはイングランドに侵攻し、その一部がイングランド北部に移住するなど勢力を広げていた。だが西暦1002年、イングランド軍が移住してきたバイキングを襲撃。この事件に対する報復としてデンマーク軍はイングランドに派兵を開始、攻撃を本格化する。そうした政治的な動きに伴い、バイキングたちもイングランド軍打倒を目的とした征服戦争の一端を担うようになった。
So Vikings are Danes living in Denmark. So what are Norwegian ones called? Which is what Thor's was.
I wonder if they're also Vikings, but they just knew the difference.
You're a Viking. No, I'm a Viking.
No, but think about if you have like different tribes, they're still kind of.
But they made a point to say Danes living in Denmark were called Vikings. Or was it Norwegians living in Norway were called Vikings? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong, but I think they were trying to differentiate. Like, those were the people attacking England.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
No, I don't know.
But
I was legit asking.
I thought they were all considered Vikings.
Okay.
いや 休むなよ。手動かせって。うるせえな。やってるだろ。
おうおう、こりゃ派手にやったもんだ。よし、この辺りでいいぞ。船を止めろ。
It's gonna be real smelly.
Yeah.
さすがに匂いもきついぜ。
Why wouldn't they collect the weapons as they go?
Probably not worth enough.
こいつら正規兵じゃねえよな。
俺らみてえのがデンマーク軍に雇われてんだろ。
デンマーク軍にバイキングが戦争に手貸してんのか。
あちこちでイングランド軍との小競り合いが始まってるからな。バイキングも立派な戦争の道具だよ。いずれはデンマーク王もイングランドに侵攻するって話だ。何年後かは知らんが、その前の地固めだろう。
邪魔な連中を片付けちまおうってわけか。王様の上陸前に。
ああ、そこに手を貸しゃ報酬もがっぽりだ。
So they're not Danish.
These ones aren't.
虫が多いね。
サミーよりマシだ。この時期にがっぷり稼がねえと。な、悪い話じゃねえだろ。
確かにこの地の領主が抱えるイングランド軍には手を焼いているが、
俺らの兵は100人以上。はっきり言って戦力もあんたらより上だ。
海賊風情がでかい口を。
まあそう言うなって。同じデーン人じゃねえか。
貴様らと一緒にするな。
なんだと。
まあまあ、数年後には本格的に侵攻してくんだろ。だったら早めに手を打っといた方が得策だと思うけどな。あんたらは誰も死なないわけだし。
で、何を望む？
金7ポンド。漁師が蓄えた財宝と食い物。女は全部もらう。
5ポンドだ。あとは好きにしろ。
決まりだ。交渉成立。
なんだ？何の話だ？
仕事だ。まとまった。
よし、じゃあ腹ごしらえだな。
では明日改めて使いの者をよこす。戦の段取りは任せるが逃げたりするなよ。貴様らに退路はない。下手な真似をすれば。
囲まれてやがったが。
Oh,
お前らうるさいんだよ。
撃たれた。腹ごなしにはちょうどいい。やるぜ。返り討ちにしてやれ。撃たれた。戦場で手柄を立ててみな。
not right now though.
ご褒美に決闘してやるよ。
Like in a few years. Don't.
小僧、お前も海賊か。
むならデンジンの血を恨むんだな。
Escalade saved him.
Wari, 生きてたか。戦場じゃ弱いやつから死んでいく。おめえみてえにな。
Thorfinn, go away.
What is he, 7 years old?
No, stop. A 7-year-old does not need to have that type of rage inside her.
No. I'm not even sure what I'm thinking right now.
No, it shouldn't be like that.
You know what my first thought was? It was a different time. And then I realized that this is still happening all over the place. And you have kids, it's heartbreaking. You go through something like that, your childhood is over.
I just want him to just go hide under a set of bushes and wait for it to be over. Like, you don't need to fight Askeladd tomorrow. Like, let's wait 20 years.
You want him to go home.
You kill somebody as a 6-year-old or whatever.
And I mean, like, if you think about it, 2 guys are going to run him through. Like, I don't know if that's self-defense, it's self-defense.
No, but he put himself out there to do something.
True.
Before they found him.
Yeah. That changes you.
Mm-hmm. I feel like he could grow up to be a very angry individual. I hope that's not what we're going to see, but...
He will be angry for at least some point. And his dad had it too. Like, you aren't that prolific on the battlefield without the ability to rage at some level. And his anger towards what happened to his dad and all of those, like, he is going to follow in his footsteps, his father's footsteps. Do we know what the trigger point for Thor's denouncing killing? Like, did he just say he realized one day he didn't want to, or was his daughter, wasn't it?
Well, he went to battle when his daughter was a baby.
Yeah.
And we just saw his last battle.
Yeah. And I wonder how Askeladd is going to treat him now. If it's going to be different, if the men are going to be different with him now that he's... I'm curious to see how the group dynamic changes towards him now.
Okay, time skip.
Yeah.
How many years? Oh my gosh.
Oh, Thorfinn. ちょっくら石膏に出てくんねえかな。
ああ、なんで俺が。
母さん 押さえつけとけ。俺がぶっ殺してやれ。
It's quick.
With his little dagger. Now he's got two.
So he's just gone over the deep end.
Oh, he's a real team member.
I wonder if he still is harboring that hatred in the back of his mind. Because he looks like he's settled in.
Yeah, he's a part of the team.
And
But what was that, what the Askeladd did when he patted himself on the back?
maybe a sign for we're being followed.
He was like laughing.
Go scout ahead, and then pats him so anyone listening thinks he's going this way. And that signal is we're being followed, go take care of them.
Wow. I was really intuiting a lot. I was like, oh, he's reminding him that he owes him and he can kill him at any time.
Maybe you're right, I don't know.
So how far do you think we've jumped? Like 6 years? Do you think he's like 12 or older?
I was gonna say, he looks like a young teenager, like he's 13 maybe, 14. But he's learned how to fight,
Oh, yeah.
and he's quick. And it's interesting that he's using weapons that nobody else uses. Like, he's probably strong enough at this point to swing a sword, if he wanted
Well,
to.
he's trained up
Yeah.
with that dagger life.
あっちだ。逃がすな。
しかしちょっとバカなんじゃないかね、今の王様は。
母ちゃん、そんなこと大声で。
先々代のエドガー様は良かったよ。伝人とも仲良くなってさ、みんなに尊敬されてたさ。あの方は立派なキリスト教徒だったよ。でも近所のエセルレッド様は台無しだね。突然国中の伝人移民を殺しちまったってんだから。そりゃあ向こうもムキになるさ。
母ちゃん、そういうことあんまり人前で言わないでよね。もし兵隊さんの耳にでも入ったら。
Love interest?
母ちゃん、ちょっと母ちゃん。
So 6 years have passed, I believe. So he's 12?
You were right.
If I didn't mess up my math like I did in episode 1.
あ、起きたね。ちょうど今晩ご飯にしようとしてたんだ。傷の具合はどうだい？あんたの服は洗っちゃったよ。代わりにそれ着てな。探検もそこにあるよ。服はちょっと大きいかもしれないね。男の子用はそれしかないんだよ。さあ、お座り。腹減ってるだろ？
よっぽどペコペコだったのね。
あんた名前は？どっから来たの？身内はどうしたんだい？
ほら、やっぱり言葉通じてないんだよ。伝人かな。
何が言いたいのさ。何人だろうと怪我して倒れてる子供をほっとくなんてイエス様がお許しにならないよ。
でもさ、伝人はイングランドの敵なんでしょ。父ちゃんが平気に言ってるのも伝人が攻めてきたからなんだよ。
それがどうしたのさ。 男たちの喧嘩に女子供が付き合ってやる義理はないよ。
そうかもしんないけどさ。
Please. Oh.
ほらごらん、気持ちよくなったろ。まったく男の子ってのはズボラでいけないよ。うちの下の子もよく頭をボリボリやってたね。その度に私が串を入れてやったもんさ。一昨年に風邪をこじらせて死んじまったけどね。
あんたの言葉はわからん。俺はイングランド人じゃないんだ。
なんだい、やっぱり口が聞けるんじゃないか。
Does this woman speak Danish?
No, they're English.
おい女、
はい、なんでしょう。
デエンジンの石膏がこの辺りに忍び込んだ。怪しいガキを見なかったか？
ガキ？子供の海賊ですか？
ガキだが侮れん。大使閣下の正規兵を2人殺している手だれだ。左腕に矢傷を負っている。女、それはお前の子か？
ええ、そうです。末のジョンですが、何か？
ちょうどその子供ぐらいの背格好だ。見かけたら知らせろ。
何やってるか分かってんの？
I feel like women are always the voice of reason.
I'm just gonna say, matriarchal societies were very high functioning.
Do you think she has any ulterior motives other than she just thinks the war is dumb and she's not going to throw a kid to the wolves?
No, I don't think there's anything nefarious about her.
She's just doing what she believes is right. Fair enough.
あの子は海賊なんだよ。人だって2人も殺してる。子供のくせになんでかくまったりするのよ。
子供が海賊なんて普通じゃないよ。何か事情があるんだろ。
事情があったらなんだっていうのよ。そういう話じゃないでしょ。あの子はジョンの代わりにはなれないのよ。私、兵隊さんのとこに
逃げろ。
お待ち。
If I was telling them to run, I was like, wait, what?
じゃあ
トルフィンの合図は？
そろそろのはずだが。見えた！あそこだ！カシだ！浜の小屋が燃えてるぞ！男衆集まれ！急げ！手桶持ってこい！手桶！
やはりそうか。化けてたな小僧。
おい、なんだよあれ。
うわ、ひでえ。 なんだあの子供殺したのかあれ。
なんで来たんだよあんた。逃げろって言っただろ。イングランド語でちゃんと。
こっちに来た。
まだ間に合う。森の中へ逃げろ。海から遠くに行くんだ。急がねえと連中が。
おいあれなんだ。
Can you imagine just seeing that coming at you?
No.
そんな。逃げろ。火事なんか言え。みんな逃げろ。バイキングだ。
よ、上出来だトロフィー。思ったよりも景気良さげな村だな。もやもやすんなよ。敵軍が来る前に平らげるぜ。
If she dies, and we have to see. I'm so disappointed in him right now.
I have
But it
many.
was the time. That was the age. It's normal.
No, I was gonna say I have many thoughts floating through my head right
Okay, well, let's hear them.
now. Do you have anything other than I'm really disappointed?
No, I don't.
First of all, I'm curious if the woman would have showed him the same kindness if she knew the outcome. That was my first thought. Because
Would you?
I don't know how to answer that question. You do it because it's the right thing to do. And you and I talk about this often. You don't do something with the expectation of it being reciprocated or an outcome. That's what that made me think of. Like, would she stand by her convictions knowing what was going to happen? And then the second thing I thought was, is this the start of Thorfinn finding his way back to like his dad's ideals? Remembering that was probably the first bit of kindness he's seen in 6 years,
Yeah.
right?
Without being asked for, or the expectation of him doing something
Sure.
for the group or
Yes,
whatever.
yeah. Remembering that kindness, remembering what your father said, remembering like that could have been your mother, your sister. Like just a little bit of, I mean, context is hard for everybody, let alone a 12-year-old who's been trained to do, one thing. So those were kind of the things that I thought about in that situation. Like, is he gonna see the daughter again? The daughter's gonna be taken captive.
Is Thorfinn gonna run away? Probably not. I keep begging him to run away and he keeps staying around.
Yeah. So
Well, you could tell he felt shame at the end.
totally.
But is that
100%.
enough for him to change his ways?
No, it's going to take a series of things. He's sunk in that group mentality, and again, he now fits in. He's been trained for one thing. I think you'd be surprised how quickly you can become callous to actions that you do over and over again. And they just become normal. You're desensitized to it. It just takes something more to snap you out of it. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where this goes. I'm also curious how far the plot is going to go into the history. Like, is it just about Thorfinn, or are we going to see the war and the invasion and those kind of things on a kind of a grander scale as the story moves along?
Adam's got a lot of thoughts.
I do.
Me,
I do.
I'm just keeping it basic. Like, he literally could have run away, faded into the distance, not set the cottage on fire, Originally, I thought he was telling them that they should run away, and then he took off, and I'm like, oh, he's telling them that he's running away. But then it circled back, and it was like, no, he was telling them to run away.
Like,
half the right
nice.
thing.
Yeah.
Just, you know what would have made it fully the right thing? Not inviting your friends over.
And by friends, she means the pillaging Vikings.
Yes.
Hey, don't come over today.
This is a good show, though.
It is. I'm enjoying it. I like a good historical fiction.
But he only reads fantasy.
That's not entirely true. I read a lot of fantasy. I do read some history novels.
Non-fiction.
True.
He's like, I love a historical fiction.
I
love a historical
fiction.
fiction.
You put me on some good historical fictions I've read.
If anybody has some good historical fiction recommendations, hit me up, because that is legitimately my genre. Not this pretender. Let us know your thoughts. I'm sure people are going to be up in arms that I'm like, Thorfinn's the worst. I'm so disappointed. You have to be disappointed in him too. You can't, don't lie to me. So hit us up in the comments below, and as always, we'd be so excited if you would like this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more Vinland Saga coming next week. Bye!